Welcome to Safe Again, a mind, body, soul reset for the low self-esteem tired. Module 5, avoiding things doesn't mean you're lazy. Thank you so much for being here. We'll begin on time. My name's Julie and I'll be leading today's module. If you have any questions, feel free to hold on to them and I'll answer them at the end. This is a safe space. Please feel free to do whatever helps you to feel grounded. Keep your camera on or off. Grab a cup of tea, a glass of water, stretch or take a break. No pressure, just do what you need. As the wise woman Eleanor Roosevelt once said, no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. When it comes to low self-esteem, the inner critic often runs the show, turning small moments into proof you're not good enough, not ready, or not worth it. But today we're going to gently challenge that, not with force, with understanding, with curiosity and compassion. You'll begin to notice where those old patterns started and, more importantly, how to loosen their grip. This isn't about changing who you are. It's about remembering who you were before self-doubt settled in. Let's begin. Module 5, avoiding things doesn't mean you're lazy. Luke didn't realize he was carrying low self-esteem. He just thought he was bad at life. He saw other people speaking up, showing up, putting themselves forward and wondered, why can't I do that? But what looked like procrastination or laziness on the outside was actually fear on the inside. Fear of messing it up, fear of being judged, fear of hearing, seeing, you really aren't good enough. So Luke avoided things. He'd say no to invitations, skip the email, cancel last minute, not because he didn't care, but because the voice in his head, the inner critic, was louder than his courage. Until one day something shifted. Luke heard someone say, avoiding things doesn't mean you're lazy. It means you've been trying to protect yourself. And that landed. Because deep down he wasn't lazy. He was exhausted from battling a belief he never chose in the first place. So he took a deep breath. He reached out. He tried. Just a little, and that was more than enough. Why am I even talking to you about this? Because low self-esteem doesn't mean you're lazy. It means you've been trying to survive in a world that made you question your worth, and it's time to reclaim the truth about you. You're smart, you're capable. Low self-esteem doesn't show up because you're broken. It shows up because somewhere along the way, your mind learned to protect you by lowering your expectations. Not because you couldn't do it, but because it hurt too much to try again and fail. You've got insight, sensitivity, imagination. Let's help you aim that imagination towards self-worth and not self-doubt. Your avoidance is just a pattern. Saying no, holding back, staying small, those aren't flaws, they're practice habits formed to keep you safe. But safety isn't the same as joy. Avoidance isn't laziness. It's the nervous system's way of whispering, please don't hurt me again. Once we recognize the pattern, we can gently reshape it. You have the right to feel good enough. If you're still reading this, something inside you is shifting, that quiet ache, that tension in your chest, that's your soul saying, I want more. You deserve a life where your self-talk is kind, where your imagination lifts you up instead of pulling you under, where being yourself feels safe. You don't need to be ruled by self-doubt. You can rewrite your story and your subconscious mind is listening. Your inner power is already moving you. So let's try something simple. You don't have to do anything perfectly. In fact, the less you try, the easier it becomes. Just take a moment to sit comfortably and allow your eyes to gently rest on a single point in front of you. Or if you'd rather, you can let your eyes softly close. And when you feel ready, this is a space where your body can begin to relax and your imagination can begin to awaken. I'd like to invite you to rest your hands in your lap, palms facing up or down, whichever feels natural. And now just turn your attention to one hand. You don't even need to move it, just notice it. Notice the shape of it, the way it rests, and then begin to imagine that hand's becoming a little lighter. You don't have to make it happen, just imagine what it's like if that hand started to feel lighter all on its own. as if something underneath it or inside it was gently beginning to lift, almost as if there's a soft string attached to the back of your hand being pulled gently upward, just a little. Notice any movements or perhaps the idea that movement could happen. And if it does move even just a little, it's your imagination, your subconscious already responding. You're not forcing anything, you're just allowing. And sometimes the more we allow, the more we discover we've always had the power we didn't realize. That hand can float a little, or pause in space, or stay exactly where it is. Any response is proof that your mind is listening, that your body is responding, that even now change is possible. Because here's the truth. If your imagination can lift your hand, it can lift your self-belief, it can lift your confidence, it can lift your entire life. This is how we begin, with a whisper of movement, a signal from within that you are not stuck, you're already shifting. You've been criticizing yourself for years and it hasn't worked. Try approving of yourself and see what happens. As you begin to feel this lightness, this ease in your body, know this, your inner power is already moving you. You don't need to try and force it. The change is happening just as naturally as your breath. And now I'm going to count from 1 to 20. And as I do, a light, easy, pleasant feeling moves into your right hand and into your right arm. And as I continue counting, that feeling grows stronger and stronger. And soon you'll feel the first slight movement of your fingers, twitching of the muscles. And at this point, then your hand begins to lift, your arm begins to lift, continues moving, lifting and rising until it comes to rest upon your body. Now when you feel movement in your hand and in your arm, don't try and resist it. You could resist it if you choose to, but that's not why we're here. Just let your subconscious mind do its perfect work. All right, we're ready to begin. 1. The first light, easy sensation moves into the fingertips of your right hand. 2. The feeling spreading around beneath the fingernails. 3. It's moving up to the first joint of the fingers. 4. Spreading to the large knuckles across the back of your hand. 5. The first slight movements start to take place. A slight movement of the fingers, a twitching of the muscles. 6. The light sensation spreads across the back of your hand. 7. Spreading over and into your thumb. 8. Moving now all through the palm of your hand. 9. The light sensation spreads up into your wrist. Think of your left hand now. You'll see it by comparison. Your left hand's beginning to feel very, very heavy. While number 10, your right hand grows lighter and lighter with each number I count. Just as light as a feather floating in the breeze, and even lighter, as light as a gas-filled balloon. Just as a gas-filled balloon will rise and float towards the ceiling. In the same way, by the time I reach the count 20, your right hand's moving, lifting, rising and floating. Number 11, the light sensation has moved beyond your wrist now. It's spreading into your forearm. 12, 13. Once again, think of your left hand. Your left hand has grown so heavy. It feels as though it was made of marble and stone. 14. That light sensation is spreading up to your elbow. Now 15, from the fingertips all the way up to your elbow, your hand has grown light, light, light and free. It's beginning to lift. It's moving, lifting, rising, floating. All right, 16. Now your arm's moving, lifting, rising. And as your arm is lifting, you're going deeper into hypnosis. 17. Your hand continues moving, lifting, rising now until it comes up to the height of your shoulder. 18. Moving, lifting, rising, floating. Right up. You could almost kiss your hand. What do you notice? You might be surprised at how light your right hand feels. And as you look, you can take a sneak peek. You realize your hand has lifted and moved on its own. You've already achieved something incredible, your own inner power, that you moved your hand. Let that realization settle in, that this is proof of your ability to transform your imagination, your subconscious. You are capable of so much more than you realize. 19, your hand's getting ready to come down now and rest upon your body. 20, now that your hand has come down to rest upon your body, at the same time, close your eyes now. That's fine. Stop trying to go deeper into trance. Your inner power is already guiding you. You are safe. You are supported. Thank you for completing this hand levitation exercise. And now that you've felt a moment of movement, that gentle rising sensation from within, let's use that same awareness to uncover the thought that's been weighing you down. You've just experienced that your body can respond to something invisible, a suggestion, a possibility, a belief, and that's how powerful your mind is. So now let's look at the beliefs that have been doing the opposite, because you're not lazy, because you're not broken, but because somewhere along the way you learned to believe something about yourself that was never yours to carry. We're going to gently tie that sucker down now so you can clearly see it. Not judge it, just name it. That old belief that's been whispering things like, I'm not good enough, I always mess up, other people have it together, what's wrong with me? You don't need to fight the belief, just write it. Let the page hold it for you, and we'll walk through it one piece at a time. Are you ready? Let's begin tying that little sucker down. What is your limiting belief? I invite you now to question a limiting belief. Is the thought helping you? What's it costing you? Who would you be without it? And in that final question, something beautiful begins to happen. A version of you free from this belief starts to emerge. They've always been inside you all along, waiting to be seen, and now you're ready to meet them. As you let go of what no longer serves you, you make space for the incredible, empowered version of yourself. Step into the light, the one that knows your self-worth. The one that knows you are enough. Now take a deep breath, and as you exhale, imagine this new version of you stepping forward with confidence and a heart full of possibility, because this is just the beginning. You've just unlocked the door to your limitless potential, and now you're ready to walk through it. Welcome home. How will you know the right advice for real growth? So you've probably heard it all, right? Just love yourself. Simple. But here's the thing, true personal growth is not about just repeating a feel-good mantra and hoping everything changes. It's about real skills that improve the way you live, work, and connect with others. Now you might be asking, how do I know what advice is actually going to help me grow and not make me feel good for a minute? Great question. Let's break it down. First off, not all advice is created equal. You've probably come across advice that's more about boosting your self-esteem rather than helping you get things done or actually change your behavior. And while self-esteem is important, it's just a piece of the puzzle. True growth is about building skills that make you more effective in your life. Let's talk about how to choose the right resources or experts. When looking for advice, you want to make sure it's rooted in practicality and not just empty positivity. Look for professionals that have a track record, people who have helped others achieve real measurable success. I'm talking about evidence-based methods, not just someone's personal opinion or a get better quick trend. If someone claims they have a secret formula to success, you want to ask, what's the proof? It's also important to know what your specific goals are. The advice you seek should address real challenges you face, whether it's improving communication skills, getting better with time management, learning how to handle stress. Anything less is just window dressing. So how do you make sure you're getting advice that actually makes a difference in your life? Look for advice that encourages action. It's not enough to feel good about yourself or to have positive thoughts. You need to take action. Real advice leads to real tangible results. For example, instead of just hearing, think positive, it'll help you to build a new habit or take a real step towards addressing something that's holding you back. It's about skill development, things like emotional regulation, effective communication, building resilience, managing time, skills that will help you improve how to handle life's challenges. With these, you'll start seeing a shift in your life. And here's the big thing, you need to make sure the advice isn't just a quick fix, it has to last. Look for methods that help you build lasting habits and change behaviors over time. If the advice you're hearing sounds too good to be true or just a quick solution, it probably is. Lastly, don't be afraid to seek feedback, whether it's from someone who's been there before, a mentor, a professional in the field. Guidance can really help you. Make sure you're on the right track. So, to sum it up, true personal growth doesn't happen with empty promises or quick fixes. It's about finding resources that help you build skills and take real actions. The next time you're considering advice, whether it's a new book, a course, someone's personal coaching, ask yourself, will this help me actually get better and not just feel better? About me, I'm Julie, a certified clinical hypnotherapist, a master practitioner of neuro-linguistic programming, and a life coach. I work with the mind and subconscious to help you unlock your true potential. Low self-esteem has a pattern. When it comes to recognizing low self-esteem, it's easy to feel stuck in a loop of negative thoughts and self-doubt. Recognizing the patterns that shape these beliefs is the first step towards breaking free. By understanding these behaviors, like poor communication, avoidance, and constant self-criticism, you can start to see how they hold you back. Recognizing these patterns gives you the power. It allows you to take control and reframe your mindset. Once you understand where these beliefs come from, you can shift from feeling powerless to becoming more self-aware. This is how you start moving forward, and with time, you feel more confident, empowered in every aspect of your life. Now, you know that what these patterns look like. Let's explore how they impact your everyday life, and more importantly, how you can change them to become the best version of yourself. To remind you, I struggle to express myself clearly, and it makes me feel like I'm not getting my point across, which makes everything worse. I really don't know what steps to take to improve how I feel about myself, so I just end up stuck. I've always seen myself as someone not good enough, and it feels like this belief will never change. I focus on my flaws all the time and can never see the strengths or positive qualities I have. My negative emotions about myself cloud my thinking and impact everything I do. I keep thinking about the mistakes I've made in the past, and it makes me feel like I'm never going to get anywhere. I tend to avoid situations where I might fail or get judged, which only makes me feel worse about myself. My anxiety makes me second guess everything I do, and it leaves me feeling like I'm not good enough. Let's take a moment to remind ourselves how our subconscious mind is quietly running the show. Right now, you're breathing, blinking, and your heart's beating without you needing to think about it. It's all happening on autopilot. Your emotions, often, they're running on autopilot too. Now imagine this. Let's say you spend an entire year thinking about starting your own podcast, not recording it, just imagining it every day, over and over. Sounds pretty cool, right? But here's the point. Your brain and body would start responding to that repetitive thought. And when you focus on something, your brain sends signals that create emotional and chemical responses to match that focus, and over time those chemicals shape how your body feels and how your body builds little receptor sites to welcome more of that feeling. So if your brain's been stuck on starting your own podcast or any other focus that sparks excitement, your body adapts to that pattern even if it feels out of reach at first. Now let's flip the story. Instead of podcasting, what if you spent a whole year focusing on becoming a confident person like Harry Styles or Olivia Rodrigo? Guess what? The same process kicks in, but now you're building new emotional patterns that support you. Your brain starts releasing feel-good chemicals. Your body starts building new receptor sites. You start to feel the shift even before you fully understand it. Here's the takeaway. Your mind and body are always talking to each other. And when you feed your mind positive, supportive thoughts, your entire system responds. Yes, past experiences, especially fearful ones, can create loops that feel hard to break. But that same system got wired For low self-esteem, it can be rewired for freedom, calm, strength, and it starts with awareness, with intention, with practice. And little by little, you begin shifting your inner world until it starts reflecting on the outside too. Before we wrap up, I'd love to invite you on a short guided hypnosis session. You don't need to close your eyes unless it feels right. Just allow yourself to tune out the outside world for a moment and gently turn inward. If you're not quite ready or it's not your thing, that's completely okay too. Just listening with an open heart can still feel powerful. This track is called You Aren't Lazy, You're Just Starting to Realize Your Power. It's designed to softly remind your nervous system that it's okay to relax. You are safe now. Healing is already happening. The future holds light. So if you're in, let's begin. Take a moment to get physically comfortable. It's time to just take a breather. Close your eyes. Take it easy. And as you breathe, can you feel how your breath has its own steady beat? Notice how it's steady and true, like a built-in metronome, always guiding you, breathing in and out and in. You're pretty good at staying super chilled, right? Can you sense it? With each breath out, a wave of calm gently flows. Let it spread, washing over every muscle. And as you continue to breathe naturally, just imagine you're in a safe, familiar space, a place where you can feel at peace. Your breathing's always steady, peaceful. The environment around you always constant, offering you a sense of security. And your breath is your guide now. Feel it slowing down, creating a chill vibe in the air. You're in a place where peace takes over. It's all happening because you're giving yourself permission to relax. Your mind begins to paint a picture gallery of all the amazing things. Think of places you love, things you've already nailed, and moments that made you smile. Let those images fill you up with every calm breath. Let your mind dive deeper into this chill zone, filling your space with joy. Now listen closely. You've been taught to believe certain things. Advertising, society, little whispers of self-doubt. Sometimes they can convince you that you're not good enough and you need to buy a different shampoo, that you need to change to be better, but it's just noise. You're actually pretty amazing, just the way you are. Let all that negative thinking take a hike. I'm not sure if you realize how special you are. Being human, it's like having a superpower. You can feel, you can dream, you can do things in your own awesome, unique way. Your ability to create, imagine, and shape your world makes you extraordinary. And let's not forget your body. It's incredible. You have around 37 trillion cells, over 200 bones, 600 muscles, and a super intricate nervous system, all working together like perfect symphony. You're pretty amazing. In a moment, I'm going to share a story with you, and you might be thinking why, but your subconscious mind will be listening and do something pretty wonderful for you a little later on. Because in a town not too far away from here, there was this young person that believed they weren't good enough. They were stuck in routine, never really believing things could change. They had that feeling like life was never going to be the same, and they were never able to break free. It's not that they didn't try, they just couldn't see a way forward. And then one day, something changed. It wasn't dramatic or big, it was a shift. Just a small thought that said maybe something could be different. They started to open up, not to a big idea, but to the possibility that things could change over time. It was slow, but they began to see life differently. They realized that change was something they could shape piece by piece. And this is how change happens. It's not about a sudden shift, it's about believing in a small step forward. You don't have to know it all right now. Just know that a little change adds up, and before you know it, things look completely different. Maybe that story reminds you of your own journey. You've got the same ability to step into new roles, new ways of thinking, new possibilities, and every time you believe in yourself, you're adding a new color to your life. Now take a moment to breathe in again. Nice and slow. Perfect. Imagine all those doubts leaving you. You're shedding them. Like taking off a heavy coat. You're light, full of confidence and joy, and you're ready for the good things coming your way. Think about all the negative attention you've received in the past. It's kind of like wearing a bad raincoat. It surrounds you, but it doesn't penetrate. You are the sunlight, warm, radiant. And while that old negative attention was more like a cloud passing by, you're the one at the center of your story, steering through life's paths. Imagine your attention as a compass guiding you towards your dreams. You no longer focus on what's holding you back anymore. Instead, you choose to see the shimmering possibilities ahead. Shift your lens to growth, positivity, and your unique talents. Embrace curiosity. Celebrate each step forward because it builds a bridge to your dreams. And picture yourself now, time traveling into the future, a decade or two ahead. It's a breathtaking place. You're living the life you always dreamed of, thriving, making your aspirations real. The journey had its challenges, but look at you now. You've embraced your passions and turned them into a beautiful reality. This glimpse of the future is yours to shape. Your journey is only just beginning. You've always had the power inside you. Now it's time to tap into it. And as we begin to wrap up, take a few deep breaths. Let's count down, and with each number, you'll feel more awake, more alert, and more confident than ever. 5, deep breath in. 4, stretch out. 3, energized, wriggle your fingers and toes. 2, open your eyes. 1, welcome back, feeling refreshed, ready to embrace all the wonderful things ahead of you. You're perfect, just as you are. Thank you for being fully present and opening yourself up today. As you may already feel, the hypnosis session has gently guided you into a space of deep inner calm and healing. Having already experienced that, we now mark the completion of Module 5. Avoiding things doesn't mean you're lazy. Thank you for completing the journey. Congratulations, you've just completed all 5 modules, and I want to take a moment to acknowledge your bravery and commitment. You've taken an important step in understanding and transforming your relationship with self-esteem, and that's something to be incredibly proud of. Here's a quick recap of the steps you've taken to empower yourself. Module 1, why you feel this way. Module 2, old stories that still run the show. Module 3, when one bad thing feels like everything. Module 4, the inner critic who never takes a day off. Module 5, avoiding things doesn't mean you're lazy. You've unlocked powerful tools to reframe your fear and move towards the life you deserve. Your growth and transformation are already in motion. A big thank you. Thank you for completing these 5 modules. I deeply honor your dedication, your courage, and the love you've shown yourself throughout this process. You've taken such a powerful step towards healing and transformation. Remember, you have so much love and empathy for others that you often keep it within, but now you can begin to release those beautiful feelings. You can allow the kind, caring, and good feelings to flow out. Starting now, more and more, you can be your true self, caring your warmth and empathy with others. You can stop criticizing yourself, stop blaming yourself for what you did or didn't do, and in doing so, you can forgive yourself. just as you would forgive others. You can be as kind to yourself as you are to others, and loving yourself as you are to others. The more you let go of that self-criticism and blame, the more you become free to fully embrace your true self. I truly appreciate your commitment to this journey. If you would like more personalized support, private coaching is available. Feel free to book a session through my website or just send me a message. I'm so grateful to walk this sacred path with you, witnessing your growth, healing, and empowerment. The transformation ahead is limitless, and I can't wait to see the beautiful unfolding of your soul.